Stardew Valley meets Sweeney Todd. It's the best way to describe Shannon Cove, a sort of dark comfort genre. It didn't start out that way, but my original idea for the game has evolved over time to include elements I really love. Shannon Cove is a cozy little fishing village with a dark twist. I've been working hard on systems to make the world feel more alive and connected, and today I'm going to show you what's new. Let's start with the visuals. The player's graphics got a big upgrade. I'm currently using them for the NPC, but I've updated the animation so movement looks a lot smoother and more natural. I've also added in 4-way movement direction. It's still very pixel art, but it feels a lot more polished now. I've also been working on the art. Here's a few new sprites I've been building. Some of these houses are new, the pathways are new, the docks are new, and I've been trialing a couple of sprites that are going to populate the world. I'm still learning pixel art, so these will likely change over time, but so far I'm really liking the direction it's taking. The water as well got a big upgrade. This is thanks to, once again, Jess codes from YouTube. I'll include a link in the description. She has this amazing tutorial on how to add pixelated caustics to your world. I tried to do this by myself through shader graph, but all I got was the speckles on the water. And I knew that I wanted it to look more like actual water, which is why I turned to Jess codes tutorial. Next thing I want to cover is the custom 2D navmesh. Unity doesn't include a native 2D support for navmesh system, and some of the options online are either outdated or just give you some weird functionality. So I built a custom 2D navmesh system using A-star pathfinding. Every town in the world now knows if it's walkable or not, and NPCs use this to figure out where to go. It's very lightweight, runs once when the game starts, and handles tight spaces a lot better. Next, the time of day system. I've also added a basic time of day system. As time passes, the lighting changes from morning to evening, and this ties in directly into gameplay. Certain events or routines only trigger at specific times of day. It's a small thing, but it adds a lot of atmosphere, especially in a darker game where you play as a character that might want to sneak around at night. The next system was NPC scheduling. So speaking of routines, one of the biggest systems I added was NPC scheduling. Each character now has their own daily routine. They might go for a walk, go to the docks, go visit the stores, or just ramble around the main square. The system checks the time of day and updates their behaviour in real time. It's intended to make the village feel a lot more lived in, like everyone has a purpose. This will also allow me to make it so certain NPCs don't work on the weekends, which means they can go off and do other activities. I've set this up with as little dependencies as possible, and setting up new daily routines should be fairly simple. This will play a big part in the game as it will allow the player to be able to track NPC behaviours and patterns. And that's about it for all the major updates. Other than that, I made some world changes, included a second house for testing, cleaned up a lot of problematic code, and overall I've just been working to make the game run a lot more efficiently. Next up, I want to set up some kind of weather system and adding more interactive elements. The player needs something to do with these bodies once he has them, and that's where main gameplay elements are going to come into account. So we need to focus on the likes of cooking, manufacture, and of course selling mysterious meat pies. Maybe too mysterious. So anyway, I'm going to end it there so this video doesn't get too long. Thanks for checking out today's devlog. If this game seems like something you'd be interested in, please let me know by hitting that like button or consider subscribing. That way you don't miss the next update. Shannon Cove is just getting started, and there's still a much darker story to cover.